Friend Joel Uncle Andy here, the UC Panda himself, coming to you on February 24th with what we hope are some winning sports picks. Not a lot of picks tonight, not a whole lot going on. There's only two NHL games. So we do want to get out to you the picks that we do have, and we think we are going to have some winners for you. Had a pretty good weekend with the sports betting, had a pretty good Sunday with the sports betting. Started a ladder challenge that got there. So day one of the ladder challenge down, only nine more to go. The hard part's over. So we do also have a play tonight with the Winnipeg Jets, and we have that hooked up from some bets we had last night. This was all posted on Twitter with the Orlando Magic and the Cleveland Cavaliers. The Cavaliers, the Magic, and the Jets together on the money line are plus money. I would not advise you tonight to go and bet the Winnipeg Jets and lay the minus 450 price. Don't do it. That you're risking $4.50 of your own money to win a dollar. Now, I do think the Jets are going to win. There's nothing certain in life. This is pretty close to a certainty, but still, it is the National Hockey League. These players are all professionals. They all have pride, and they're all human beings just like us. Are the Winnipeg Jets taking the opposition seriously tonight? Or are they just mailing it in? We don't know. Motivation is always a question in any sort of sports betting. If you do really just have to bet the Jets tonight, then you've got to either parlay it, and I don't really see another way out of it. Even if you lay the goal and a half, you're still laying $2. If you bet the Jets to win in regulation, you're still laying over $2. While those bets are a little bit more palatable than laying the 450 price with the Jets, it's still not really great given the number of overtime games we see in the NHL. So if you're insistent that you've got to just do the Jets tonight, go ahead, but maybe you can hook them up with some of the basketball players we are going to be discussing. And as always, you can hit us up over at Uncle Andy Sports on Twitter and Facebook sometimes for all of our plays. Like I said, not too much going on tonight. We do have North Carolina money line, and I do have that with Bellarmine and Stetson in the over. Tease the over down. No big, huge handicap. I just capped it, and I think this game is going to go over. Um, we also like the Cincinnati Diamond Cats. That's the University of Cincinnati Bearcats baseball team, finishing up a four-game tilt out in Las Vegas against UNLV. The Cats lead that series 2-1, hoping to make it 3-1 and come on home on a really good note for the number three team baseball team in the country. And we're going to hook that up with the LA Lakers tomorrow against the Dallas Mavericks. Hook those two together, and it's a plus money price of plus 104. We do like the Oklahoma Thunder tonight as well against the Minnesota Timberwolves. And normally I wouldn't get too involved in NBA, and I normally wouldn't get too involved in NBA in a spot like this with the Thunder playing the Wolves in a back-to-back. The Thunder beat the Wolves last night, but the Wolves are in a terrible spot. They are in the dreaded third game in 4 nights spot, so they probably are coming in with tired legs. And I just think the Thunder are the better team anyway, all things considered. But certainly in this spot, not good for the T-Wolves. So we're going to go ahead and take a same game parlay of the Oklahoma City Thunder in the race to 10 points, have them win the first quarter, the first half in the game, put it all together, it's plus 106. And on that race to 10 bet, I bet that last night with the Cavs as my ladder challenge, day one of my ladder challenge, and it got there. It's pretty exciting, and you're not sitting there sweating out a 2.5 hour game, although you are sweating out about 5 minutes, and it is pretty intense. Cavs could have just as easily lost the race to 10 last night, but they did go ahead and pull it out, and we move on to the next day here in the ladder challenge. I had strongly considered putting Oklahoma City in as day two of the ladder challenge. The T-Wolves just a little too tough, and also the chalk on that particular prop was minus 160, so that really wasn't going to help us get too much over the hump on day two of our ladder challenge. Speaking of our ladder challenge, day two, we're going to go with McNeese, Southeast Louisiana, both money line, and we're going to take North Florida and Florida Gulf Coast under the 164.5. And I really do love this bet. I've got it capped as Florida Gulf Coast winning the game 76-74. And in the last 8 meetings between these two teams, yes, 8 meetings, you would have to go back to before you heard of anything called COVID-19 to find a game between these two teams that went over. all the way back in 2020 in January. So it's been over 5 years since these two have played an over game. So let's go ahead and roll with the T's under. And that's all for me. Everybody enjoy what few games there are tonight. Big hockey slate back tomorrow. Only two games tonight. So everybody have a good night. And if you tail us to the window, we will cash tickets together. So long, everybody.